out Operation Total Recall. They have done a lot of good work, and that website is very organized and motivating. Okay, so I'm going to introduce my girl, Matilda. I'm honored to introduce Matilda, the driving force behind the Alberta Civic Integrity Project. If you don't follow us, please follow us. And my personal source of motivation. Matilda is someone who has taken fear and turned it into action. Fear for her children, fear for her community, and fear for the future of Alberta. Instead of standing by, she decided to mobilize, organize, and make visible resistance against harmful policies that hurt our communities, our land, and our neighbors. So give it up for Matilda!
Take the girl!
It does take a girl. Okay. This is hard. I'm going to say this before I start my speech. I want everybody to look around at how many people are here. And I know that the first thought in most people's heads when they came in, wow, there's like nobody here. Why is there nobody here? I can tell you that me and Michaela have been out here since the beginning of July, actually since January when we were on strike for 10 weeks and minus 40. And we have been at protests where there's 2 people. We've been at a protest where there's 3 of us and my 2 children. This is incredible. Is it 10,000 or 20,000 people? No, but this is citizens starting to mobilize. So I want all of you to think about that. And it's incentive to make sure that when you come to the next one, you bring every single person you know. Because we're never going to get anywhere if we don't start getting louder and larger. Okay? All right, so, okay. It's a pleasure to be here today, freezing with everyone else. We know it's not cold yet. Michaela and I spent many hours here at the legislature, and most of those hours have been spent screaming or crying, battling the largest war in our lives. For myself, my biggest fight, other than fighting this government, has been spent fighting to get support out for all causes and convey, let's be honest, anyone that will listen to how important it is to be out here, visible, unmasked, whenever we can be. It's been a struggle to talk with friends, colleagues, family, even strangers about the idea of intersectionality and why it matters so much, especially now. When we talk about intersectionality, we're not talking about a theory. We're talking about reality. The way our lives intersect across gender, race, class, sexuality, ability, age, education, health, and identity. It's the truth that injustice anywhere threatens justice everywhere. Because when one group's rights are stripped away, like with the notwithstanding clause, it's not just about them, it's about all of us. We are seeing this in real time, in Alberta, across Canada, and around the world. This is not a new concept for many of us who are marginalized every day, many in more than one way, but now it's out in the open. Every time a government says these people's rights don't matter, what they're really saying is, we will decide whose rights matter. And if they can take it from one group, they can and will take it from you too.
They'll take it from everyone.
Yes, they will.
That's what intersectionality teaches us. Our freedoms are tied together. We can't fight for women's rights and ignore trans rights. No matter how few they are, we can't fight for Indigenous sovereignty and ignore racial injustice. You can't fight for workers' rights and ignore disability justice.
Yes.
The system that oppresses one of us is built to oppress us all.
Yeah.
Nowhere is this clearer than in Alberta today. When Danielle Smith uses the notwithstanding clause, she is telling us that the government can suspend your charter rights whenever it wants. Teachers have less rights right now than everybody else here.
Shame.
That's not democracy. I bet you know what it is. Starts today. Authoritarianism.
Yeah.
It's fascism wearing an Albertan flag. The notwithstanding clause was never meant to be a tool of convenience. It was meant as an emergency measure. But what the UCP has shown is that in Danielle Smith's hands, it's become a weapon, just like every single one of the UCP MLNs.
No, that's what Danny.
That's why recalls matter.
Her the song and fight her.
It's a way to silence courts, override equality, and push ideology over law. When leaders start deciding whose rights count and whose don't, well, history has already warned us what comes next. We don't even have to look this up, right? And when recall laws are weakened, petitions are ignored, and democratic rules are underfunded, that's not just bad governance. That's a deliberate attack on accountability. They are accountable to us.
All of us.
Us.
Yes.
It's the slow, quiet dismantling of democracy, one bureaucratic barrier at a time. So, intersectionality isn't just about understanding oppression, it's about building solidarity. It's about recognizing that your struggles and mine are connected. Because the same power that denies trans kids health care will deny workers fair wages. The same government that cuts Indigenous programs will underfund public education.
Please
The
like
same
it.
system that silences dissent
Please
will
like the
silence
live
you
and share
when you
it.
speak
Thank
up
you.
next.
Exactly.
Like so many teachers
Get
that
a
are
few more
here
people in the room,
that
guys.
are risking things because of fines. As Michaela likes to say, none of us are safe until all of us are safe. It's not just a slogan. It's a survival plan. It means standing up even when it's not your right on the line, especially when it's not your right on the line. Even when it's not popular, even when it's cringy. Intersectionality demands that we
Hi,
look out for
Brandy.
each
Hi,
other.
Mikey.
That we show up across movements,
Please like.
across identities, across generations to protect what's left of our democracy and rebuild what's been taken. The truth is simple. When we fight for all, we win for all. When we defend the rights of the most marginalized, we strengthen the rights of everyone.
Hey, Brandy.
That's why unions matter. That's why community matters. That's why a general strike matters. Keep pushing. So today, let's make a commitment together. Can you tell I work in education? Look at your neighbor and try and remember to reject the fear, the division, and the fascism creeping into our politics. Commit to defend each other, to listen to each other, and to remember always, our liberation is bound together. I will not let fascism take root in Alberta. I will not let democracy erode in silence. I will not stop until every person in this province, even the separatists, every worker, every child, every family can live with dignity, safety, and freedom. Until we are all free, none of us are free.
Yes.
So, I have a chant. I'm sure you've heard it, especially if you're a union member and you're here. Okay? Democracy is under attack. What do we do? Stand up. Let's do this. Democracy is under attack. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. Democracy is under attack. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. Time to stand up. So thank you for coming. Solidarity with everybody, and I really hope that you take this message and you take it to every single person you come in contact with, everybody you know, and really help them figure out how to take it from. Because we need our community.